Hello students, today we will be learning the second lab experiment of mobile application development. So which is nothing but developing an Android application for a simple calculator using button, text view, edit text and all. So that UI design should look like this. So if I'm talking about a simple calculator, it is just a text view. It has to just display on the monitor and in the activity area, and result is also a text view. And coming with third one, that is text input box, that is it has to take input, so that is nothing but edit text. Okay, so to display text, that is just text view, and this is edit text view, and all these 17 are type buttons. So we will just look into one after other how to put it a front-end design of simple calculator. So go to Android Studio, create a new create a new project, click on empty activity and click next. Since my application is simple calculator, I will call it as simple calculator as my project name. Okay, once we have opened a new project, here we have a text view. I'll just delete that text view, and according to my design, I require one simple calculator and one result. So two text views. We will be doing this project in constraint layout itself, and I will also tell you the advantage of it. Okay, first let me start with it. So go to palette, common, text view, and drag and drop it. So make sure all the constraints are attached to the walls, that is the parent of the activity. And this should be the name that we have seen in the first line, that is simple calculator. So scroll down almost to the bottom, you get that name as text view. Change that to simple calculator. And you can, if you want, you can change the color. Once you have done, if you increase the font size accordingly, scroll down, you have there 14 SP as the standard. You can change it to 18 or 24. See, it has been changed. Once this is changed, and if you want, you can also make it bold. It is normal. Go to text style and click on bold. And I will also make it as italic. I will tell apply. Make sure it is at the top of the activity. Next, I want one more text view to display the result. So I'll just drag one more text view, and I will add the constraints at 4 walls, that is parent, adding strings are called as constraints. So this text view name should be result. So this result, I will change the color, text color. Increase the font size. And let it be normal itself. Okay, so I've just done only 2. And make sure, see, in the design, it is towards the left corner, left alignment. You can do left alignment also. Since it is a small program, I'll just align it to the left below the simple calculator. Okay, once that has been done, I want the third line, that is input edit text box. So for that, go to text. In that, take plain text and drag and drop it here. And again, for this, add the constraint. Drag it below the result so that where I need to take the input. And from there, scroll down. When this is highlighted, we are setting the attributes with respect to that. So that basically it will be name. I don't want anything. So I'll just delete. I'll make a empty input box. And if you want to take the input in any different color, I will set it to the maybe black, which is a standard color. Okay. After that, scroll down. Text size is 18 and normal. So this is what I have required. Okay. Next, what I want is I have to design this 17 buttons of the simple calculator. So I have to start from 7. So what I will do, instead of taking all the buttons, I will do click on buttons, or sorry, go to common, you have the button. So click on that, drag and drop it wherever required on the activity area and set the constraints with respect to the parent. Once it has been set, we will just make a standard for one button so that we will not be doing for every time. Okay, just go to code, or you can take it split view of it. Okay, so when I highlight the button, that particular code will get highlighted. I want the button text need not be button, it should be 7. Okay, because I spoke about the 7 at the first time. And at the same time, I will fix its height, width and height of that. I will not take it as a wrap content. Maybe I will make it as some 60 dp and 60 dp both. That will do our work. So 60, because I need to fix 3 more buttons beside it. So height also I will make it as 60 dp. So you can see that I have a standard size of this. Okay. Next, if I want to change the text size, if you want, you can change it in code, or else I will go to not design, sorry, split attributes, almost scroll down. You can see this also is getting updated. At the same time, you can change it to 18 every button. Okay, if you want background color and all, you can also change that. Okay, next, once this button standard format has been set, I will just move this code, or I just require only design part now, which I'll be concentrating. Make sure the component tree is open, design part is open, minimize this attributes. I just require it. I'll just increase the size so that I can have a overview of it properly. Drag wherever you want the button. I want it there, so I have given here, and I'll make sure that is also bold so that I will have the letters or numbers clearly. Almost scroll down where font text size is there, click there button, bold, apply. So you have that in bold. Okay, minimize this. Next, I want one more button like this beside it. So click on that button, Control C, Control V. There is one more button. Sorry. Just press it. Control C you give, which copies and Control V, you do. When you do Control V, you can see there is one more button added with respect to that, but it is hiding above on which it is already there. So just select and drag it beside it. You have one more button with respect to it, and just align to my previous button. So I have two buttons set. Now what I will do, I will copy two more and put beside it so that I'll have four buttons in a line. So 1 and 2. If you feel this as difficult, you can see here component tree. Just click button here. Two buttons are selected in the design. Right click, copy. It won't copy below it. So go to above where you have edit text, that right click and paste. So you have this four buttons that is hidden in the same part. So I'll just drag this towards right side. So I have four buttons coming horizontally, and I will repeat same copy paste for 4 times, or I can also do like this. Select in a component tree 1, 2, 3, 4. So right click, copy and go to above, because below it will not happen. Paste it. So automatically you have 8 buttons directly. So just pull it down. So I have 8 buttons. I have to repeat 8 buttons. So select from first, hold shift, select the last one. So all the 8 buttons are selected. Right click, copy and go to above, right click, paste. You can see all 8 buttons are copied in the same places, and just drag it below so that it will have equal spaces. You can see that design is ready, and I want last one more button. So I'll just click here, Control C, Control V. Okay. Just pull it down. So this is the design part of our simple calculator. Once this UI design is done, we have to change the numbers of all this. I'll just pull this bit down. You can adjust it accordingly. Sorry. Okay. So let it be. Next, I have to change the button numbers here. So according to that, I have 7, 8, 9 and slash. So what I will do is, now I don't want component tree because I've already duplicated the buttons and I have done there. So go to the split part where I need code as well as the button, minimize the attributes, click on first button. Okay, do not worry where the code is. As soon as you click on the button, respective code will get displayed, and make sure you do 2 things every time. The first thing is change the button ID, because all buttons since I've copied, its ID will be same. And one more thing is you have to change the text that has to get displayed. Since it is first one, it is 7, and at the same time you make one convention, naming convention, so that I'll just tell button underscore 7 I will tell, so that when I'm doing referencing from the Java programming, it will be easy for me to do the coding part. Okay, 7 is done. Next, I want this button. When I click, this will come. Instead of button 2, I will tell button 8, because at that position I need 8, and at the same time I will remove this 7 and I will make this as 8, and this should be 9. So click on that button, change its number. Okay, underscore 9, and the text that I have to display there is 9. Okay, and for this last one, that is slash, it should be division. So I will just tell 3 alphabets of it, underscore div. It has to perform button underscore division, and the character that it has to display there is slash. Okay, so similarly I will do for all the buttons. Okay, students. So I've changed all other buttons, its ID and name. So coming with this, it should be 4, 5, 6 and star. So what I've done, I've changed its ID to button underscore 4 and text to 4. And here 5 and 5. Button underscore 6 and text as 6. And coming with this, it is multiplication, so I've written button underscore mul, and text it has to display is star. And next this should be 1, 2, 3. So button underscore 1 and 1 as the display text, and here it is 2, change button underscore two, and test display as 2, and similarly this is 3, and this is subtraction, so I've written sub and minus sign for the display, and this should be dot, so for floating point operations, so dot and dot for the text display, and here we have 0, and this is equal sign, and next we have addition. Only these two I'm changing always, button ID and the text that it has to display, and the last one is clear. You can see when I click the button, respective button will get displayed. So I'm just changing its ID to clear, and the text that it has to display is C. And one more change that I'll be doing is when I click this edit text, you can see that edit text ID is so big that it is difficult for us to, maybe for the programming, it might give us error when writing such a big ID. So I'll just tell text input, or you can leave it as edit text itself, but I will call it as text input. So this will be my new ID for now. Okay, this is all. This completes our front end design. So when I run the application, since still Gradle is building, this is how our UI design for simple calculator looks like. I told you I will be explaining why we have used constraint layout. When I took one button and copied, including the constraints, it was copied to another button, which made our programming or placing 17 buttons inside an activity area easy, which I cannot do it in relative layout or relative layout. That is why we have choose with constraint layout. Thank you.